Hey everyone, Eva Thompson here. Welcome back to another video. If you're watching this on YouTube, then thank you for watching. If you're listening to this on our podcast, on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, then thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I want to give you 3 tips today on how to cope with retroactive jealousy. I struggled from RJ for about 7 years in several different relationships. And I went through it all. The anger, the sadness, the shutting down, the asking questions, the lashing out, starting arguments, everything. And today I help people overcome it. It's been about 4 years now doing this work and working with people everywhere in the world. And I'm very grateful to be able to do this. I do think that before we talk about coping, we need to first address a few things, because if you are someone that struggles intensely with RJ, it's likely that coping alone won't cut it. It didn't for me. These tips I'm going to give you helped me to a certain point, but they didn't help me get to the root cause and overcome it. And I am someone that likes self-discovery, wants to know what the root cause is. I like having a deeper understanding of why certain things happen and why people act the way they act, and that's what I enjoy, obviously, helping people with today, finding the root cause and overcoming RJ completely. But again, depending on how bad you struggle, coping alone can help you. And I'm going to give you these 3 tips, hopefully to help you get to a place where at least you are not struggling to the point where maybe you're experiencing panic attacks, or you feel like you're pushing your partner away and it's leading to a breakup when that's not what you want. So these things can help you with that. But if you are someone that has tried all of these different things to cope with it and they still struggle, please don't lose hope. RJ can really help you address fears or insecurities that you might have. It can help you address unconscious beliefs that are in conflict with your reality today. It can help you with improving your communication with your partner. It can help you with feeling safe, feeling in control, knowing yourself better, trusting yourself, understanding yourself. It can truly help you do all of these things, and that's what I teach people today, and that's what I have done for myself. And I really do believe that you can overcome it completely if coping alone doesn't cut it for you. So depending on how bad you struggle, some people can cope with it and they can go many years, if not a lifetime, with just coping with it. However, other people cannot. It's too much for them. They try to cope, they try all of these different things, and they still feel like they need more help. And if that's you, that's also okay. So without further ado, I'm going to get into this video and talk about the 3 tips. The first one being breathing techniques. And the reason this helps is because when you get intrusive thoughts or mental movies, pretty much automatically intense feelings follow. Now this could be anxiety, it could be sadness, it could be anger, it could be judgment, it could be disgust. And your body often goes into fight or flight. So you either shut down, or you feel this sense of urgency to ask a question or to start a fight or to stalk, act out compulsions, stalk social media, whatever it is that you do. What breathing does is it can calm our body down. I recommend box breathing. I've made a video on it separate to this, where essentially you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and hold your breath again for 4 seconds. You can go for more or less time depending on what you're comfortable with, but box breathing really can help you calm your body down. My partner Sean has a video on a different breathing technique that I will link down in the description below, but feel free to do your research with this, because what works for someone might not work for someone else. Research different breathing techniques, try them out, and see what really helps calm you down. The second thing that I recommend for coping with RJ is journaling, writing things down. And this can help you in several different ways. First of all, if you are in your head and you're feeling triggered and you don't want to go to your partner and start an argument or ask questions, you can literally just begin to write down all your thoughts, almost like word vomit in a way. You just write down everything you're thinking, everything you're feeling, without judging yourself, without trying to edit yourself, without trying to be right, without logic. Just write down all your emotions, all your fears, everything you're feeling, what your brain is telling you. Just get it out, and it can really help you. Just getting it out of your mind and onto paper, and then you can throw it away, you can burn it, you can do whatever you want with it. But that can really help you with, again, calming yourself down and getting things out without it affecting your relationship. Another thing that I've heard people do, but I haven't done it myself, is Write down the questions that you want to ask your partner, and if you still want to ask them after a day, then ask them. If not, then don't. I don't know how this would work with RJ. I think it depends on the person, because if you read those questions back to yourself the next day, it might re-trigger you and you might still want to go and ask the question. But for other people, it might work because they'll calm down and see how irrational the questions are and how they don't help, or that they've asked their partner these questions before and there's no point in doing it again. So maybe this is not for everybody, but I have heard that it can help you. The last way that journaling can help you is by writing down why you do not want to ask questions, and when you get triggered, read that list. I've made a whole video on this. It's important to fill this list with reasons that personally really resonate with you as to why you don't want to ask the questions. It could be, I don't want to hurt my partner, I don't want to be this person, I don't want to be judgmental, I know it's going to ruin the relationship. Try to make it really personal and tailor it to yourself specifically. Make it emotional. It needs to resonate with you, because like I say in the other video that I made, and I'll link it down below so you can go and watch it for more detail, when we get triggered, emotion sets in and logic goes out the window. It's called emotional flooding, where our logical brain basically switches off and all we're left with is these intense emotions. Now, if the list that you made yourself as to why you don't want to act out a compulsion or you don't want to ask a question means a lot to you, you're less likely to ask the question. I will link the video down in the description below so you can go and watch it for more detail, but essentially you want to take your time to write why you don't want to be doing this anymore, if it's a compulsion you're trying to stop. And the last way to cope with RJ is meditation. Now, meditation is something that has been proven to be amazing for your brain. What it does is, in my experience at least, it creates a bigger gap between you and your thoughts. So when the thoughts come in, instead of you reacting straight away, you have some time to really view the thoughts as something that is a separate entity. It's not you. You become the observer of your mind instead of feeling trapped in your mind. This I tried myself and I've heard that it really does help people. However, the only drawback with this is if you go weeks or months meditating and you get thoughts and you're able to stay calm, you don't react, because the emotional reaction towards the thoughts is what feeds them. So if you're able to emotionally react less, then the thoughts also become less. But what can happen is, like I said, if you're going weeks or months without getting triggered, should a day come when you haven't slept properly or you haven't eaten properly or you've had a stressful day at work or you've had an argument with your family member and you are stressed, that stress exists in your body, and you happen that day to get an intrusive thought about your partner's past, it is likely that you will experience a setback, because that stress that you're already experiencing will likely latch onto the intrusive thought and it will just set you off and you will feel like you're back at square one again. That's the only thing with meditation that could be considered as a drawback, as it doesn't help you overcome it completely. Going back to what I was talking about in the beginning of the video, depending on how bad you are struggling with RJ, these coping methods alone can help you and you could be fine. If you are someone that is into self-discovery and self-improvement and you are still struggling even though you've tried all of these things, and you want to dive deeper into your emotions and feeling safe within yourself and within your relationship and trusting your partner and seeing them for who they really are, then I would recommend seeking help. If you want to work with me, you can book a discovery call using the link down in the description box below, and I'll run you through the therapy program, how it works and everything. We support the RJ sufferer, the partner and the couple as a whole, and we really care about the people we work with, so the option is always there if you want to do so. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.